वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण माता जी थैंक यू माता जी
Hare Krishna. Thank you all of you for joining. Okay, so we start today's session. Welcome you all. Pranams to all of you for joining. So we'll start with Mangalacharan by the time others can also join. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Dhiraye Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते स्वामित्य नमाचार्य पदाय नित्याय कृपा प्रदायिने गौरकथा दामदाय नगराग्रमतारिणे विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यानंद नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे मुखं करोति वाचालं गम्यते यत्कृपातमहं परमानंद माधवं Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Welcome you all. Girdhari Gopal Prabhu, Sindhu Mataji, Archana, Vishabhanu Mataji from UK, Krishnamurti from South, Divya Desai Mataji,
Yes,
Archana
Mataji,
Mataji.
okay.
Hare Krishna, welcome you all. So others are also joining. That's what I got the information. Yes, today is a celebration day because Sindhu and Archana both are together. Otherwise, either of them they come. Hare Krishna. Okay, so very sorry that today's speaker has some commitments. And that's the reason I'm filling. Please bear with me. If at all there is any mistake, I pray to Almighty to help me that every word of mine should help the upliftment of all the listeners, including me, because it's going to be my purification also. Oh, okay. Has to be closed for the day. Okay, then I would suggest that you can log in from your mobile to here, yeah? If at all possible. Yavatmal Radhanath Krishnadas Prabhu. Okay. So we'll start today's session. Let me share the screen first. Wait a minute. Yeah. So I just returned from office and I got to know that there is some issue with the net. Okay. I hope everybody can see the screen. I've shared the screen. Everybody?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Okay. So okay. So as we all know, we are on the 4th canto, 22nd chapter. So the shlokas today I'm supposed to cover is 31, 32, 33. So somebody will say, Mataji, but we can see shloka 30. The reason is to get you the connectivity of it. So, yes, Prithu Maharaj is, when he did the yajna, so Lord Vishnu had appeared and he had told him, informed him that 4 Kumaras will come to you. And that's how the 4 Kumaras happened to meet Prithu Maharaj, and that's conversation is happening between them. So in this conversation, there are questions and answers. Yeah, Prithu Maharaj is asking some questions. So I thought, let me give a bit of connectivity to all of this. That's why I thought, let me start from this shloka. Yeah. So all the afterwards. I will take. Okay, so dear devotees, what has happened is, if we see the previous shlokas, wherein Prithu Maharaj, we understand he is the incarnation of, any help?
Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes, Haribol. Yeah, because, when we hear others, then we feel, oh, okay, there is somebody to hear. Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah. So he is the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So now, the qualities that we find in Prithu Maharaj, all the divine qualities. So he is inquiring in a very, very submissive manner to the 4 Kumaras. And he is asking, what is meant, of the suffering of the soul in this material world? How a conditioned soul will get the benefit in this material world. Sorry? Okay. Similarly,
The question, Mataji?
sorry?
No, you asked the question. How does the conditioned soul?
No, so these were the questions that Parikshit Maharaj is asking, Prithu Maharaj is asking to 4 Kumaras. And this same situation was with Parikshit Maharaj. And he also very submissively asked Shukdev Goswami what a dying person should do. What are his duties? What he should do, what he should not do, isn't it? So these are the qualities of the personality, because they have all the qualities that they are going to exhibit of the Lord. And also they are concerned for the masses, for the living beings. So he's asking same questions. So in verse 21, if you see, there are the two goals that four Kumaras are saying. And what are those? It says, detach from the bodily concept of life and get attached to the spirituality, or have the attachment towards the Lord. So immediately it comes to us, this is the prayojana, isn't it? What is the abhidheya? So in verse 25, immediately then four Kumaras are again saying how this can happen. Constantly hear the leelas of the Lord. Constantly. Constantly hear. By just hearing, what will happen? Two things will happen. And what are those? We'll get jnana and we'll get vairagya. So then the simple people, like those who are non-devotees, who are just attracting, they'll say, Baba, what about roti, kapda or makan? If we will sit and do only Hari Katha, who is going to feed my children? Who is going to take care of my parents, old parents? They are sick. So who is going to give us provision? So I was listening to one of the lecture. It says very beautifully that, if you have a car, so for that car, you need diesel or petrol to run that car to your destination, isn't it? Without this fuel, you cannot. Those who have Mercedes, I don't know if you are aware of, in Mercedes, we will always put the quality petrol, super, not the ordinary one. So then the mechanism and the system, it is all smooth every time. So it says, if you put low cost of fuel in that, then what will happen? The mechanism will start challenging. You will always have some engine breakdown or this and that and that. So it says, similarly, in one's life, one has to have spiritual realization, higher understanding about the Lord. So that is jnana. So if you will have jnana, how you will have jnana? By listening Hari Katha. So when you will hear Hari Katha, what are going to happen? So that explanation was very beautiful. It says material knowledge only helps us to progress towards enjoyment of sense gratification. That is, subtle bodies act. They will act accordingly. And that's the reason, in Shiksha Ashtakam it is said, Trunadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishnunam, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. Isn't it? So when this discussion was going on, that if you do not treat a devotee, there was very beautiful example saying that, in a devotee's house, if a Vaishnava, senior Vaishnava comes, and even if you don't give an asan or some offering, or you just talk and he goes away, he'll not mind. But similar case, if you find sometimes, it happens that some donors come, they want to sponsor or they want to give some donation. So what is his expectation? Oh, I am going with money, or I am going to give them donation or ration or something, for temple or for, there will be so many things. That person is coming with some expectation because he is not yet a devotee. So what happens? In his mind, in his brain, it is, oh, I am going. Okay. So Krishnamurti Prabhu, even if you are a temple president, and if I come to you and say, okay, take 5 lakhs for the temple, repairs, or, for maintenance, or distribute prasad or something. So what is in his mind or her mind? They will do very nice reception. They will welcome us. They will have, sweet words. They will speak about us. They will glorify us and all that. And what happens? The temple president, Krishnamurti Prabhu says, "Oh, I am very busy today. Okay. Somebody should garland that person and say thank you very much for coming and take the check or something." What a shock! That person doesn't give anything. And next day morning, somebody comes and tells Krishnamurti Prabhu, "Oh, temple president, that person came and he did not give anything." So Prabhu is asking, "What happened? You were supposed to give some donation." "What donation? What you're talking about donation? Huh? You people are saying that you all are, running temple and this and that. Huh? You don't even know how to welcome a person." Why? Because he's into materialistic life. In his head, there is name, fame, subtle bodily enjoyment. So he is expecting all that. All this is spoken in verse 27, isn't it? Very beautiful it is explained why there is changes. Because thing is, when one's mind and senses are attracted to sense objects for enjoyment, what happens? The mind becomes agitated. He feels insulted, He says, "Oh," because they continually think about it. That why these people? I went with so much of money. Nobody is giving anything. Because one's real consciousness almost becomes lost. They don't know. Like the water in a lake, we say, that is gradually sucked by the big grass straw on its bank. So there is little bit of water near the lake, but the grass that is growing nearby, it sucks away all the water. So similar is the position of we living being if we are not progressing. In beautiful shloka in second chapter is dhyayato vishaya pumsa sangas teshopajayate sangat sanjayate kama krodha bhijayate. Because we have all contemplating the objects of senses. A person develops attachment for them, and such attachments attaches to lust. It develops lust, and then lust again into anger, and then that anger, what happens is one will lose their knowledge. So this is what we are trying to understand from this set of shlokas also. Like for example, see, when we take lower species birth, like fly or fish, if you see during the rainy season, there will be mouth that fly. There will be set of flies. They will run near the attraction of the light. But the moment they go very close, immediately they will die. So we'll say, what foolish. They don't know. They are not using their knowledge because in that species of life, the attraction is working. Same as the fishes. If you go to the pond and you put some food, so even they will have liking or disliking. So they will start, quickly eating, But after eating, when they feel, oh, no, this I did not want it, they will immediately start then and there itself vomiting also. We will do that? No. If we did not like something, or suddenly when you're eating a stone we feel, or a chili, a person like me cannot stand by chili. And suppose if I'm going to somebody's house and there is chili, so what I will not, react something. I'll slowly take out that and, try to keep it somewhere. Isn't that's the difference between the lower species of understanding and implementation of knowledge. This is what we are trying to understand, because there is also one beautiful example I'll give you. Once it so happens, in one of the village, a guru and disciple, they happened to go to another village for some herbs and some collections. So what happened? They have to cross over a river. So when they both are swimming, they immediately saw a female sitting on the bank of the river and crying. So they are, Guru asked, Baba, what happened? She says, my father is very sick. And crossing this river, there is a Ved Vaidyashala, from where I have to bring those herbs, medicine for my father. But last night it rained and this is flooded and I'm very scared to cross over. So the Guru says, okay, do one thing. You catch hold of my shoulder and taking my help, you swim and I will protect you. Now this disciple got very angry. He says, what type of this Guru is? Dhongi Baba, in the Gurukul and all, he talks so big things. We should not look upon a female. We should not talk about female. We should not have any kind of attachment to a female. Otherwise, our jnana is lost and we will fall down. And now what is happening? What he is doing? He's all the time, anger, that anger is coming to him. And while they are swimming, crossing, that female goes off and she is paying dandavat to this Guru and they are leaving. Now, after they finish, they cross over back and they come. After they are back to Gurukul, now this Guru has understood that my disciple is not in good mood. And being a Guru, he also understands that something is cooking in his mind. Knowing everything, he has to be free from all that. The Guru is asking, Baba, anything wrong? You want to talk to me something? And immediately he flares up. He's saying, yeah. It's better that I must speak to you now. He says, yes, tell me. He says, Guruji, in several lectures, you have told us that we should not look upon a female. We should not, because, our mind will get agitated, this and that, blah, 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 this, that. He went on saying, but what did you do today, Guru Maharaj? You made that female climb next to you and you crossed, you swimmed along with her. The Guru said, yes, I did that because that circumstances were there. I dropped her there and that's it. I just helped her. But you are still carrying in your mind. So it's not my problem. It is your problem. Your senses are getting agitated. I am in complete control. She was just a baby to me and looking out for a help for her father. So I wanted to see that she gets medicine for her father and some help, So dear devotees, this is what from the set of shlokas we will try to understand what are our senses and how we are going to dive more into it. And when we talk about all this, immediately one thing comes to our mind is the beautiful Leela of Ajamil, isn't it? So what are we trying to understand? The more one thinks of the sense objects, the more will he get affected, the mind will get affected, and the knowledge will get lost because it's like a hard disk get disconnected from the memory, isn't it? So this is what we are trying to understand in this. It says, the 30th shloka says, when one's mind and senses are attracted to sense object for enjoyment, the mind becomes agitated. As a result of constantly thinking of sense object, one's real consciousness almost becomes lost, like the water in a lake that is gradually sucked up by big grass straw on its bank. Yeah. And now is our today's set of shlokas. So anybody is ready to read the shloka, purport, translation? How many of are there? Oh,
Yes,
beautiful.
Mother.
Yes, we have 10 of them. Yes. It says 4, 22, 31. It says, भ्रश्यत्या अनुस्मृतेश्चित्तं ज्ञानभ्रमिश्य स्मृतिक्षये तद्रुधं कवय प्राहुर् आत्मपहनावम् आत्मनः. Anybody for shloka? Yes, Archana, go ahead, please.
I'll read, Mataji.
Please read the shloka.
Okay. Hare
Shloka
Krishna,
31.
31. I have shared the screen, right? Everybody's able to see?
Yeah, shall I start or Mataji are reading?
Yeah, I read, right?
No, Archana Mataji, I'm asking.
Archana,
No, Mataji, you can read the shloka. I will read after that, Mataji. No problem.
You-
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
what an analysis. Yes.
Yeah. Shloka 31. Prashyati अनुस्मृतिश्चित्तं ज्ञानभ्रंशः स्मृतिक्षये तद्रोधं कवय प्राहुर् आत्मपः आत्मः आत्मपरभवम् आत्मनः
तः परतो परतरो लोके सहस्वार्थ व्यतिक्रमः.
Somebody is reading something else.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was wondering.
Okay, no problem. You're done. Archana, you can read the translation, please.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. When one deviates from his original consciousness, he loses the capacity to remember his previous position or recognize his present one. When remembrance is lost, all knowledge acquired is based on false foundation. When this occurs, learned scholars consider that the soul is lost. Hare Krishna,
Jai.
Mataji.
Yeah, somebody for the purport. Who wants to read the purport?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Please, Girdhari Prabhu, please.
Yes, Mataji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The living entity or the soul is ever existing and eternal. It cannot be lost, but learned scholars say that it is lost when actual knowledge is not working. That is the difference between animals and human beings. According to less intelligent philosophers, animals have no soul, but factually animals have souls. Due to the animals' gross ignorance, however, it appears that they have lost their souls. Without this soul, a body cannot move. That is the difference between a living body and a dead body. When the soul is out of the body is called dead. The soul is said to be lost when there is no proper knowledge exhibited. Our original consciousness is Krishna consciousness because we are part and parcel of Krishna. When this consciousness is misguided and one is put into the material atmosphere, which pollutes the original consciousness, one thinks that he is the product of the material elements. Thus, one loses his real remembrance of his position as part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as the man who sleeps forgets himself. In this way, when the activities of proper consciousness are checked, all the activities of the lost soul are performed on a false basis. At the present moment, human civilization is acting on a false platform of bodily identification. Therefore, it cannot be said that the people of the present age have lost their souls, and in this respect, they are no better than animals. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari Bol. Thank you so much. So what are we trying to understand? As the purport says, when one deviates from his original consciousness. What is our original consciousness? I am Dasono Dasono Das, isn't it? That we always say, what is our position? Krishner Nityadas, isn't it?
Jivera
Yes.
Swarupa
Jivara
Krishnera
Swarupa
Nityadas.
Krishnera
Yeah.
Nityadas.
Yes, Krishnera Nityadas. But what is happening? Because of that, living entity loses the capacity of remembrance of his previous position. What is the previous position? That I was all the time with Lord. I was all the time with Lord. But what happened? Because there was with me the tinge of I want to enjoy like Lord. I want to, be the owner of things. Then what happened? Or, recognizes his presence. One, when remembrance is lost, all knowledge acquired is based on a false foundation. Yeah. When this occurs, learned scholar consider that the soul is lost. We will take example of Ajamil again. He was born into a Brahmin family. He was a Brahmana. He got married to a very good girl, Brahmin girl. Yeah. And they were very nicely leading their life. Sandhya Vandan, morning rituals, everything was happening very beautifully. Just on the order of father that he wanted some, Dhruva grass or something, He went to bring that, and on the way, when he saw something, then what happened? His intelligence lost by just one sight. One sight. We feel, so with that one agitated sight, what happened? He lost everything. So now all good was bad to him, because he was all the time speculating, all the time thinking how I must also have one of the prostitute that I can also associate with. To get along to a prostitute or to bring her home, will parents allow? No. Will the wife allow? No. So all the time his prayojana is going on. Abhidya is happening. What to do, how to do, that I must also able to enjoy, because his intelligence is lost. So that soul, dear devotees, this body is given to us because by soul we are all Sanatani, we are all pure. This body is given us to rectify our all the dushkarmas or the bad karmas that we have been carrying and progress further. But now on that process, Maya keep testing. Like we are sending our children to school. Every year, every unit test is there. Every half yearly test is there. Yearly test is there. Why is that tests? First of all, for the teacher to understand that whatever I am teaching, are they understanding? Will they able to retain that and vomit it on the final exams? Isn't it? So same is us. This Maya takes test so that if we pass, we are more closer to Krishna. But if we fail, then we fall down. And that fail and fall down is the symptoms of our knowledge is lost, our memory is, corrupted, and we are get indulged into sense gratification. When such things we are doing, see, Krishna is situated in our heart. So in our heart, how we can carry dirt? Because only one thing can stay. In one house, only one owner can be there, isn't it? So like that, when we are feeling that nobody is seeing, dear devotees, anything that quietly that you want to do and you feel, oh, nobody is watching. No. Now, even if in the room I am alone, but I know very well by reading the Shastra that the 13 agents of the Lord are there. The 33 Koti Devi Devata with the sound vibration are observing. And they also know through ICF, 9 devotees, including me, have joined and are purifying themselves. So it is we who feel that, oh, nobody is seeing, nobody is hearing. But Krishna is situated in our heart. He is definitely witnessing everything. If you have dvesha, like for example, morning, somebody's mother-in-law said, what, your mother did not teach anything to you. This old lady, when she will die, oh my God. Now she's your mother. She's your mother. Think that your brother is also married in your house and your brother's wife is also saying same thing for your mother. How touchy it is, how bad you'll feel, isn't it? So that bad feeling should not come. If you will not have that bad feeling, you will able to correct your sister-in-law. How many are hearing me? I don't know. Yeah. So it says we should not bite more than we can chew, isn't it? If I don't want my mother to be hurt by words or treatment by others, even I should be doing the justification. So by standing as an example, others will learn. This is what we are trying to understand. For Vaishnava, we all in a group, a Vaishnava has everyday utsav. Why? Because when they are doing pancharti, dhupa, deepa, offering flowers, fruits, food, everything. I remember after I have come from Kerala, I was feeling, maybe my son, how much he must have offered to the deities. So I'm trying my best, let me make nice food. So he's telling, Mama, I saw in the morning, you're baking, chutney, sambar, idli, then chana masala, then chapatis, then pulao. Why are you making so much? I said, no, beta, I know you will have only little, but why I'm making variety, to offer Lord. So why? Because there is a guilt within me. I went for a marriage and my deities were here and my son was alone. Within his capacity, maybe he must have offered, yeah. But now I want to give them also utsav, yeah. So that serving is very important. That love and care is very important. That reciprocation with the deities are very, very important. It says that will increase our spiritual knowledge, isn't it? Yeah, because it says people say, if you see now in the group, I feel Girdhari Prabhu, I don't know, must be busy. Dinesh Prabhu must be busy, but Divya Desai Mataji, Sudha, then Sindhu, Archana, Krishnamurti Prabhu, you all are from morning to night. Maybe you all are doing work in between, but all the time you're just switching from one group to another. Why? Because you want to hear. And I'm sure you all don't have any boredom, or you all don't have any free time. And even if now somebody is calling, I'm sure Sindhu will say, no, not now. Please call me after half an hour. Why? So somebody will call after half an hour. What was that important that you could not take my call? No. Our class is going on. So please do not call me at this time. That's what happens with my Bhakti Vriksha people. They'll tell their parents also, please do not disturb us on Thursday. He said, disturb you all, huh? So when they come after 2 years, 3 years, they definitely come and meet me and says, आपने हमारे बेटी को, हमारे बेटे को छीन लिया. So I said, नहीं, मैंने छीन के अपने पास नहीं रखा. So they are now on a right path. So why this boredom comes? Because they are not connected to the higher taste. This is what is required. So here we are trying to say, when this occurs, learned scholars consider that the soul is lost. Why the soul is lost? Because we are actually not this body, but the soul. We are not this body, we are soul. I remember once Jayapataka Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, in Calcutta, he was traveling towards one Calcutta temple, and on the way he wanted some work to be done from the printing press. So he just said, let me go to the printing press. So when he went to the printing press, oh, is it? Okay. So for others. So Maharaj, he was seeing, what is going on in the printing press. So he saw there was some question answer paper. And in Bengali, it was written, Aapni poriche ki. So, give your introduction. So my Guru Maharaj is telling the owner, so if I write, I'm not this body, I'm soul. So the printing press owner said, Maharaj, then they will fail. They'll get 0, because materially they have to write, I am son of so-and-so, I am daughter of so-and-so, my position is this, I'm doing this, I have done this. They have to glorify themselves. So my Guru Maharaj said, but actually Vaishnavas want to glorify others and the Lord. That makes, them feel pleasure and to the Lord pleasure. So this is contradictory. Yeah. So it says always we are trying how we have to, what type of Shravanam we have to have, because Srila Prabhupada also saw that Americans have no sadachar. They have no sadachar, no etiquettes, but he did not leave them. He said, Krishna wanted me to help them, and that's the reason I've been given that intelligence to cross over these 7 seas and come here. So he says, we must satisfy that Govinda. Krishna is Govinda. Govinda means the master of the senses. Bhuktaram yagna tapasa sarvaloka maheshwar surdam sarvabhutanam nyatva mam shanti.
Nyatva mam shantim rikshati.
Yes. Yeah. So people, because cannot see Vaikuntha, so they say there is no Vaikuntha. They cannot see Krishna, that's why I say there is no Krishna. Now, if you see in the mundane knowledge, if you open Google and you want a definition of yoga, they will say so many things. It's a meditation, it's for your bodily exercise, it's a breathing exercise, blah, 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 blah. So many. But are they correct? Yoga means that you are connecting from as your soul to the Supreme. You meditate upon that Supreme. For example, if someone is, you want to meet him, now Krishna is your best friend, ready to help you, then definitely you want to meet him. So same way, because many of them you all feel, that now election is going on. So half of the mind, I don't know how many of you all, 1 year will be, to the election results. And many must have made plans also who are very close to Mr. Narendra Modi, that we will go with flower garland, or we will go with this, that. And now they see, things are not according to the way they are thinking. Yeah. Same way, Krishna is the supreme. So from Bhagavad Gita, from Bhagavatam, from Kathas, from devotees, when we constantly hear, we should have that eagerness to serve him and to prepare ourselves to see him beyond. But that doesn't happen. Why? Because our constant attachment to that is somewhere getting broken. That's the reason it says always we must have the higher taste. Okay, so we'll go to 32. Give me a minute. Yeah. So it says, now who wants to read the shloka? 422. It says, Natha parataro loke pumsa swartha vaiti kramaha yadadya anayasya preyastvam atmana swa vaiti kramat. Yes.
नातः परतरो लोके पुंसः स्वार्थव्यतिक्रमः यदन्यस्य प्रेयस्त्वमात् आत्मनः स्वव्यतिक्रमात्. Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Thank you. Yes, Ambika, after long time, welcome. So you can read the translation and purport.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. There is no stronger obstruction to one's self-interest than thinking other subject matters to be more pleasing than one's self-realization. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Human life is especially meant for self-realization. Self refers to the super self and the individual self, the supreme personality of Godhead and the living entity. When, however, one becomes more interested in the body and bodily sense gratification, he creates for himself obstructions on the path of self-realization. By the influence of Maya, one becomes more interested in sense gratification, which is prohibited in this world for those interested in self-realization. Instead of becoming interested in sense gratification, one should divert his activities to satisfy the senses of the Supreme Soul. Anything performed contrary to this principle is certainly against one's self-interest. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. We will consolidate both the shlokas together. So 4, 22 and 33, today's last shloka. Yeah. Who wants to read? It says, Arthendriyarthabhya dhyanam sarvatma panava nurnam brahmishto jnana vijnanat yena vishati mukhyatam. Who? Anybody?
Mataji, I'll try Mataji.
Please.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Artendriyartha bidyanam sarvartha pranavendranam brahmshito jnana vijnana yena vishati mukhyatam. Hare Krishna.
Ball. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody for translation? This is the last shloka. Anybody for translation? Okay, I'll quickly read the
Mataji, may I?
translation.
Yes, Mataji, shall I read?
Sure, sure.
For
Please go ahead.
humans,
Translation.
translation by Sri Prabhupada ki jai. For human society, constantly thinking of how to earn money and apply it for
Sense
sense gratification brings about the destruction of everyone's interests. When one becomes devoid devoid of knowledge and devotional service, he enters into spaces
Species of life.
of life like those of trees and stones.
Yes, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Yes, Sindhu, you can read the purport. Sindhu?
Yes, Mataji. Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shloka 33. Jnana or knowledge means to understand one's constitutional position, and Vijnana refers to practical application of that knowledge in life. In the human form of life, one should come to the position of Jnana and Vijnana. But if despite this great opportunity, one does not develop knowledge and practical application of knowledge through the help of a spiritual master and the Shastras, in other words, if one misuses this opportunity, then in the next life he is sure to be born in a species of non-moving living entities. Non-moving living entities include hills, mountains, trees, plants, etc. This stage of life is called punyatam or mukhyatam, namely making all activities zero. Philosophers who support stopping all activities are called shunyavadi. By nature's own way, our activities are to be gradually diverted to devotional service. But there are philosophers who, instead of purifying their activities, try to make everything zero or void of all the activities. This lack of activity is represented by the trees and the hills. This is a kind of punishment inflicted by the laws of nature. If we do not properly execute our mission of life in self realization, nature's punishment will render us inactive by putting us in the form of trees and hills. Therefore, activities directed towards sense gratification are condemned herein. One who is constantly thinking of activities to earn money and gratify the senses is following a path which is suicidal. Factually, all human society is following this path. Some way or the other, people are determined to earn money or get money by begging, borrowing, or stealing and applying that for sense gratification. Such a civilization is the greatest obstacle in the path of self realization. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Yes. So when we are hearing this, it's so dangerous, it is cautioning us. Why? Because it says when you have an opportunity and if you're not availing for your spiritual advancement or progress towards spirituality, then what is the punishment? So do we remember here Nakul, Nalkuber and Manigriva in Damodar Leela Ashtakam? They were also the same. They were in their heads. What was it? They did not have that self-realization. The previous shloka also that's why I thought I will, merge that together, because that self-realization, what is it? They are thinking that we are Kubera's sons. We can do anything and everything. But when they are intoxicated, when they had Varuni, what happened? Their intelligence got lost. Their mind was no more working. It got agitated. And what happened? They were mingling with the girls and they were disrobed. So when Narad Muni passes by, what happens? They insulted him. First of all, it did not agree to them that why are they here? Why is he here? Because this all property belongs to us. They are carrying their father's position and that name and fame in their mind. And that's how it got agitated. This is what we are trying to understand. But sometimes, even if it is provided, if you're not using it in the right way, then definitely there is a punishment. I remember one of the incident in one of the lectures. It says, Gauranga Prabhu, everybody knows him, Radhanath Swami Maharaj's disciple, and he is very known. and one more brahmachari in their initial stages. That brahmachari comes to, they were sometimes in eco village, and he said, that brahmachari says, you know what, I am so educated and qualified that I thought, let me help to spread the Sanatana Dharma. So he was requested in kitchen to make some chapatis. After 2-3 days, he got very wild, and he's telling Gauranga Prabhu, what is this? These people have no understanding. They are not at all using their heads. They are asking me to make chapatis. Am I here to make chapatis for everybody? So Gauranga Prabhu said, Baba, why are you saying this? I am also an engineer from IIT, BTech, MTech, around you see. So they are all in the kitchen, they are helping. So he says, come on, no, this is not done. I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to quit from here. You better go out and, spread Sanatana Dharma. So he just left from there. He got angry and left there. And after a few years, Gauranga Prabhu happened to meet him somewhere and said, oh, I remember that you were there. No? He said, yeah. He said, how are you? I said, I'm fine. So how's things? So he's telling Gauranga Prabhu, now I'm in Grastashram. I said, oh, very nice to hear that. Yeah. So how's your prachar going on? I say, yeah, initially I was doing prachara, but then, after getting married, my wife had some issue. She has very bad health and backache. So now I have to help her in, cooking and making chapatis. And Gauranga Prabhu slowly, he was laughing within himself. What is the meaning here? We are not saying something wrong that, you're helping your good wife. No. The point here is, when you were serving the Vaishnavas, when you got opportunity to cook and serve the deities and the Gurujanas, you had objection to it. And now, to this life. So dear devotees, Prabhupada always tried to teach us and makes a point, that when you get a chance, do not lose that. Do not lose that. One more example is, that is the tendency of human being, a crow was sitting on the branch and saying, cow, 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 a rabbit at the hole of that same huge tree saw him, and it says, how lucky man you are. So the crow was looking at him, and then he said, cow, cow. He said, yes. So the rabbit is asking him, do you think even I can relax the way you are relaxing? He said, yeah, why not? Give a try. So he said, okay, today I will not move from here. I will be just sitting like this, looking here and there. And slowly one big, the rhinoceros comes and swallows the rabbit. So what is the meaning? We just do not imitate to the people who are not doing it or who are not part of it. We have to do what is given to us, what chance Lord has given us. That chance, Prabhupada's very beautiful one book is there, Second Chance. If you'll get opportunity, please try to read that. Yeah. So these kathas that we are listening is nothing but taking an opportunity by hearing them and understanding that it is nothing, this life is nothing but a chance for us to purify ourselves and cross over. That's why there is a shloka, Devi Haisha Gunamai Mama Maya Durataya Mamai Vai Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. So who will able to cross over? Who has done the abhyasena? Yeah, because the end of the life is the final exam. And Krishna has given us the chance, and Maya is here as examiner. If we go away, then what will happen? From the knowledge, then what will happen? We will be lost. Similarly, in once in one of the incident, Krishna is asking Arjuna that you are giving reasons for not fighting. Why? He says, no, I don't want to kill them, because if I kill them, I will be, in hellish planets. It's better that I go and take a bowl and beg for my children, my wife and my widow mother, and I will be able to survive on that. So Krishna said, no, you will not able to do that also. Why? Because you are a Kshatriya. The moment you go to somebody's house and ask for alms, Bhikshan Dehi, and if they are late and the female comes and says, Nene, today there is nothing. You are a Kshatriya. Your blood will boil and you will kill her. That doesn't suit. So what suits you, you have to take up. You are a human being. You have been blessed with super consciousness for what? Not for sense gratification, but to have the higher knowledge. And if in the family, even if one has got, pass on, at least make an attempt. Such a civilization is greatest, because what happens in this path, you will get many obstacles. Because those who are into progress, they will understand no knowledge, then definitely we are going to hell. Definitely we are going to go to hell. And that's the reason in the purport also says, if you're given an opportunity and if you're not taken, then you will have to dive to the lower species like trees and hills and mountains, because they have subconsciousness. This is nothing but the punishment that they are having. Yeah. It says, Indriyai haryate naktam vyavayena cha va vayam deva charitaheya rajan kutumba bharanena va. That is, the lifetime of such an envious householder is passed at night, either sleeping or indulging in sex, and in the daytime, either making money or maintaining, life members, or, family members, or getting into sense gratification, or planning, oh, this time we will do this, or we will go to Switzerland, or we will go here and we are going to go to Mount Atlas, or we are going to Jungfrau and we are going to do this. We will go to Sydney, we'll go to New Zealand, we will go here and there. Yes, this materialistic way of life is described, in nutshell. And it is nothing but fooling us, to waste one human life that has been given. Yeah? So rather, what we need to do is we have to train our mind, train our intelligence to flow into the direction of the chance that Lord has given us. Back to the association that you got, I really feel, dear devotees, that this ICF forum is like, a beautiful tray which has come with all your desires to fulfill, because the moment we get into Krishna consciousness, Krishna sitting in our heart, he knows what are the shortcomings, what are the shortfalls, what are our, even if it is that material requirements, he will definitely fulfill that. Because we have example of Dhruva Maharaj. He wanted to just sit on his father's lap the way his stepbrother was sitting, to have that position. Didn't Lord fulfill that? Rather, after the devotional service that he has done by tapasya, Lord comes and he forgets looking at Lord. This should be our state of mind, that, let me just bhajo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Yeah. And everything, slowly. Because you'll say, oh, I was looking for 10 lakhs of lottery and Lord just gave, my husband increment. So if you see, definitely you will get more than 10 lakhs. But one has to have patience. So Lord will do it in a subtle way, because he knows, unlike parents, see, if the child is crying, I want that moon. The small child of, say, 2 years, he says, I will not sleep. I want that moon. So what the mother does, she'll bring a water pot and she will show the shadow of the moon and say, this is yours. This is yours. So the child says, no, I want to pluck that. So sometime he will cry. The mother will say, okay, he'll get pacified. I did to my limit. So this is what Lord is also trying to do with us, provided we listen to the Lord and don't get into the punishment. Don't prepare for the punishment, but for liberation. It says, the devotees, even if the Lord come and says, I'm ready to give you liberation, they say, no, 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 no. What is the use? What is the use of liberation? मैं किधर भी पड़ी रहूंगी. नहीं 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 नहीं. इससे अच्छा तो आप जन्म देते रहो, लेकिन भक्तों में दो, so that I will have that association and I will always think of you, talk about you, try, plan to serve you. That should be the goal of the life with the practical sense. Hare Krishna. So I stop here. Anybody has any question, any doubt, or you want to add on something, please. Krishnamurti Prabhu is very quiet today. Prabhu, what happened? All okay? Tired? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Oh, you are outside. Oh.
That's why I have not talked with you, Mataji. I heard the class.
No problem. No problem.
Mataji, I have been to Tirupati, Balaji temple.
Oh, Prabhu, one dandavat from my side. Please ask him to call me.
We all.
Please. I'm thinking of him from 2-3 years. I want to meet. Please.
Evening, my 3 o'clock, I take the darshan. At that moment only, I prayed for all our company and Mataji. You believe it or not?
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you so much. So when you get
Hare
laddu,
Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
one pinch of laddu, you think of me and eat so that I can also get.
Mataji,
Yes, Prabhu.
Giving the class, I think this is so disturbance. Even though I talk to you have given much and much. Be in the Krishna consciousness for always, and we must not forget him. See, again and again, you are remembering us.
Hare Krishna.
Definitely, as to be in Krishna consciousness.
Prabhu, if
That
you
is
get
your-
opportunity near Padmavati, there is ISKCON temple also. You can go there. You'll get nice prasad and all.
Very good.
Living Mataji.
Yeah.
Finish.
Here,
Okay. Yeah, thank you,
here,
Mataji, for having your kind self has remembered me by example, by taking an example. Let's proceed.